Scientists are talking a lot, especially these days, about how much of your consciousness, they're calling it brain, you are actually utilizing. And they've determined that it's not that much. And we want you to understand that your brain is not a storage cabinet. It's not where your experiences have been stored. You are a transmitting and receiving mechanism. You are a vibrational interpreter, and your consciousness is about vibration. So when you focus yourself on some subject, on some condition, on some reality, on something that is important to you, when you give your attention to it, you offer a vibration. Whether you call it thought or energy or belief, it's all vibration. It's all what you are doing with your focusing mechanism here and now. And the only thing that you ever need to hear or understand or practice, the only thing that matters in order for you to fulfill your reason for being and to live happily ever after, you've got to understand the relationship between the non-physical vibration that is you, that is always vibrating, and you in your physical form. In other words, it's the matching or the mismatching of the vibrational frequencies of these two important perspectives that equal you. If you were really tuned into who you are, there would be one frequency. It's the frequency of who you are, not a frequency of wanted and belief. When you want something that you doubt, you've got two frequencies going on. And the reason that you have two frequencies going on is because in the moment you identify something as a desire, the larger part of you becomes fixated on that desire. So when the larger part of you is focused upon what you want, but you are, in any moment in time, focused upon its absence or its unlikely goodness, then you've got a vibrational gap. So when you get it that you are an extension of Source and that in every moment you have a relationship with that Source, then life becomes easier because your guidance becomes clearer. And when your guidance is clear, and we want to be very clear about what that guidance is about, it's not about someone thinking you should do something different or that you should be something different. It's about you having defined who you want to be, and the guidance within you just helping you feel the path of most allowance, which is the same thing as the path of least resistance to that. You're sort of following what we're getting at? You are the one who has sifted through life, who has defined who you really are and what you really want. And then the Source within you is just holding that frequency steady so that you can feel your way to it. So we want you to understand that through your life you have defined, even without words, often at every level of your being, improvements. You were born to do that. You came into this physical time-space reality with a very clear intention of sifting through in order to determine your personal preferences and improvement. But that's only a small part of the equation, because defining it and being a vibrational match to it are two different things. And your words, no matter how much you say the words of what you want, the universe is not hearing your words. The universe is responding to your vibration. An easy way to understand that is, the universe isn't listening to what you say you want. The universe is responding to your vibrational practice about it. So if you really want something, but you really doubt it, and the dominant vibration within you is, it's not working, and I don't know how to make it work, and the feeling within you is one of being lost about it, the universe cannot deliver to you a path that's going to be an easy path to it. Because you've got a frequency going on that is making it not possible for you to realize the path. Seth, you know about Seth? Seth told Rob and Jane and Jerry, and Esther, especially Jerry, who devoured those books later on, that you create your own reality. Those were the words that Jane coined in response to what Seth was transmitting to her. You create your own reality. And today, we would like to say to you that yes, indeed, you create your own reality. But there's a word that we would like to insert that will make it easier for you to understand. You create your perception of reality. You create your perspective of reality. You create your vibrational ability to see reality. You realize reality based upon what you are doing vibrationally. So have you ever watched a documentary? Have you ever been in the experience yourself where you were an eyewitness to something that someone else was an eyewitness to? And since you were an eyewitness to it, you have a perspective of what happened. And as you explain your perspective, you're sure you're right because you saw what you saw, you perceived it. And then someone else explained what they saw, and what they saw was something different than what you saw. And you're sure they're lying because what you saw is very valid and real to you. If there is anything that we would like to present to you in a way and find enough analogies and examples to help you really get it, something that would serve you better than all other things put together that you will ever hear from us or anyone else, it would be that your perspective is uniquely yours. And if you could give up your determination to explain yourself in different ways, to get other people to see it the way you see Ito, life would begin being sweet for you right now. If you could just accept that everybody gets to create their version of reality, and that you will waste your life in trying to get them to accept your version, because the life that they have lived and the vibration that they're offering is the reason that they see it as they see it. You can live in the same community and have two very different lives. And what most of you say is, well, of course we live different lives. That guy lives in a mansion and I don't. Of course his perspective is different than mine. That guy inherited money from his daddy and I didn't. Of course we have different perspectives. That person was born da-da-da-dee-dee-da-da-da-da-da-da. As you try to explain why you are not all living the same, you miss the only point that matters. You have different perceptions of reality over which you have complete control. But most humans do not exercise any control over their perception of reality because you're so busy dividing and defining and cataloging and pigeonholing reality into different piles and placing judgment upon it. Oh, that's a bad thing. Let's put all those bad things over there and those bad things over there. And they're different in their badness, but still they're bad things. And as you spend that natural time defining whether you want it or not, you also, without meaning to, practice the vibrational frequency of the very things that you put in the bad piles. And then, because it's part of your vibration, it prevents you from discovering the good piles because your vibration is all wrapped up in what's in the bad piles. And then, oh, we love you so much, you know what's coming next after that stage. You look to something outside of you to make the difference. You look for someone else to fix it. It started with your mother or your father or someone up close to you. Please change this condition. There is a condition in my reality that I see that I don't like. When I look at that condition, I feel bad, and I don't want to feel bad. That's the first thing you knew about yourself. You don't like feeling bad. So when you're looking at a condition and you feel bad, and you associate feeling bad with that condition, then of course it's logical. We get it why you want that condition to change. But you are not the boss of those conditions. You are not the creator of someone else's reality. You cannot control the conditions. You are the creator of your own reality. So in your physical format, have you run across the concept or the notion of unconditional love? Been hearing it? A lot of people talk about etheredly. Anybody gets it? Most think that unconditional love means look at a condition that is horrible and love it. Laughter. So you need a lot of practice at that. But you can't look at unwanted and be a vibrational match to wanted. So you're never able to accomplish that. That's what makes you want to define things and explain things. But we want you to understand what unconditional love really is. We're going to make it easier for you. Unconditional love, unconditional clarity, unconditional appreciation, unconditional alignment. Because love and appreciation and clarity and eagerness and all of those words that describe good feeling, they all mean alignment with Source. And that's what love is. Alignment. Pure alignment. Non-resistance. So, unconditional love or claritize about being in love or clarity. We've enjoyed this interaction immensely. But the words unconditional love are not just a goal for you to accomplish. It is also the process by which you accomplish it. All in the sentence. Unconditional love means love. We've enjoyed this interaction immensely. It means, do you know what it means? Can you feel what it means? It means withdrawing your attention from the condition that prevents the love. Unconditional love means there are conditions that you love and there are conditions that you don't love. But when you train yourself to sift and sort for the best conditions, you train yourself to be a conditional liver. You're looking at conditions. And if there are good conditions, you feel wonderful. And if there are not good conditions, you feel terrible. But then you have no control because your reality is full of conditions. Have you noticed? There are conditions everywhere. Don't turn on the television, whatever you do. It will bring a myriad of conditions to you. The television news networks, they scour the planet for things that they know will frighten you. And they dramatize them and they put them on 24-hour cycles and they put music behind them. They bring them right into your living room and they say, practice unconditional love. And we say, you just can't look at that stuff without the opinion of your source about it rising in a vibrational frequency that will let you know where you are in relationship with it, you see? So unconditional love means you've got to decide that first and foremost, you want to be in alignment. And if it requires withdrawing your attention from conditions that don't allow your alignment, then so be it. That's what unconditional love is. It's caring more about love than about perusing the conditions. It's about caring more about alignment or love, appreciation, clarity than being right. Oh, that's hard to take, isn't it? When you decided to come forth into this physical body, you did not say, I'll go forth, I'll be born, splat, and I will find the right way of living, and I will convince others to come that way with me. You didn't say anything like that. You said, oh, what a wonderful world this is. The diversity of this time, space, reality will provide for me the most wonderful format for new ideas to be born within me that can be realized by me. Not new ideas that can be born within me, that I will then take everyone else by the hand and show them the error of their ways and the rightness of my ways. Not one of you said that. You were aligned with Source then. You felt a lot better before that happened. If this condition were different than it is, then I would feel better. Maybe so. But if your feeling better is contingent upon that condition changing right before your eyes, you're in deep doo. Because there is a momentum to all things. Things don't just happen, there is a momentum about them. Law of attraction and momentum are the same word. Law of attraction says that which is likened to itself is drawn. So when you give your attention to something, you activate a vibration within you about it, and things like that then are coming to you. And once you cross the 17-second mark, you've got some momentum going. Once you are 17 seconds, and you cross the 68-second mark, you've got enough momentum going that without a conscious decision about it, it's going to take off for a little while until you sleep. And the nice thing about sleeping is when you sleep, momentum stops. You can pick it right up and usually do the next day, but you don't have to. We want to teach you to control your alignment with your broader perspective because that's where your happiness is. The success that you're seeking is alignment. But then we have to say to you, once you consistently find that alignment, the conditions of your life will meld and mold and become vibrational matches to the frequency that you are predominantly offering.